Hello besties, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tori. If you're new, we're talking about my August TBR, and we have a Patreon exclusive readathon that's happening in August that we can talk about as well, because I have to talk about the books we're gonna read for that. Hint, hint, it's a Shrek inspired readathon. I'm so excited. I apologize in advance that my glasses seem so reflective. Let me try to fix that. That might be as good as we're gonna get with the glasses reflection, because I have windows right behind me. August, I'm a little nervy because I have some very chunky books on my TBR, but I'm nervous, but I'm excited for them because I know that they're going to be just so good, and I've been looking forward to reading them for a very long time. And by a very long time, I mean since I finished Empire of Storms in July. So first, I need to preface with this readathon. We are doing, it's called the Far Far Away Stamp Collection in August. It's a Patreon exclusive readathon, which is always linked down below if you would like to join us, even just for the month. It's gonna be a super fun, silly, goofy time. It's a Shrek-inspired readathon, and Silly Goose Lane is partnering with Witchwood Apothecary for Stephanie Bookish's Patreon, and so it's going to be a combined little readathon. So super fun reading sprints every week, and we're going to be reading books to earn Shrek inspired stamps. I did draw these, so just be kind, but I will pop them up here. All of the reading prompts are inspired by the Shrek characters, or like the Shrekish things. Shrek is just part of our lore. The first prompt is to read a comfort book or a book written by a comfort author. For me, I think that Sarah J. Maas is the author I've read the most books from. She's definitely a comfort author for me, even though she causes so much emotional damage, but it's fine. So we are continuing with our Throne of Glass readathon, which we're also doing on my Patreon. Our book for August is Tower of Dawn. I'm so nervous for this book because, like I mentioned, I finished Empire of Storms in July. Everything that happens is insane. I was crying, weeping tears by the end of that book. I know that this book happens during the same timeline as Empire of Storms, but we're following different characters that are in a completely different part of the world, and I just can't believe that we're going like back in time, knowing everything that we know now, like after reading Empire of Storms, and that ending is insane, and now we have to go back and just pretend like everything is fine. And I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I didn't do the tandem read. I'm going into this having some idea, but also like no idea at all, and we'll just see how it goes. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so many S words in a row. Reading this will earn me my Swamp Stump Home stamp. Now, because I'm reading so many chunky books, I did double up this book for 2 prompts for August. This is sort of a hopeful, I would say, for August, because technically for our Throne of Glass read-along, this is September's book. However, I, at this point, don't have any self-control, and I know that once I finish this, and knowing where Empire of Storms left off, I'm gonna wanna start this right away. I might carry this book into September and to like officially finish it in September, just because this is one of the longest books I'm ever gonna read in my whole life. I think the other longest book I read was just under 1,000 pages. This one is also just under 1,000 pages. So I'm just giving myself a little bit of grace and counting this for 2 prompts because she's so big. I'm counting this for a book with a nose on the cover. That is to earn my Pinocchio stamp. I was planning on using a different book because it had faces on it, but they exclusively don't have any noses on their faces, which is crazy. So I'm going to count the nose on the little deer in the corner. The deer has a nose, or stag if you will. And so this is my nose on the cover prompt. And then I'm also counting it as my outside of my comfort zone prompt, which is our Fiona stamp, because Fiona taught us, maybe go outside of your comfort zone in people, in books, in places, and it might happily surprise you. This book is out of my comfort zone sheerly because of the page length. Next up we have read a book with multiple POVs. That is to earn the onion stamp, because onions have layers, just like an ogre has layers, and so multiple POVs just adds additional layers to a story. I'm gonna try to finish the Gold Rush Ranch series. So I'm going to be reading A False Start by Elsie Silver. I'm trying to cover the ugliness that is the sticker that I haven't fully taken off the book yet. I just feel like finishing Throne of Glass would be such an achievement. Finishing the Gold Rush Ranch series would be an achievement, and it just opens me up to be able to start a couple more series that I'm really looking forward to. In this one, we follow Nadia Dalka. We got her brother's romance and Mira, who's the veterinarian, in the third book in the series. And it's interesting because we just got introduced to Nadia in that last book. Like, I don't remember hearing about her before then. We really got to know her a little bit more in the third book. So this is Nadia's romance. That night, they were two perfect strangers, the town's grumpy recluse and a gorgeous girl in the back of a bar until they weren't, because Nadia isn't just some girl. She's the one girl Griffin St. Clair can't have, 14 years younger than him and completely off limits. After their forbidden kiss, Griffin's plan is to stay away, but the universe keeps pushing them together. It's like some sort of cosmic joke to give him a taste of something so electric, so real, something that breathed life back into him, because he can look, but he can't touch her again. So forbidden romance, there's an age gap. It's interesting, I haven't been in a super like spice mood lately. I haven't been super leaning towards romances, especially in July. So I don't know how this one is going to hit, let's just say. To earn my Shrek stamp, we had to ask the swamp monster for a reading prompt. We basically put a like bot in the Discord so that you could do ! swamp monster and it would give you a prompt. So everyone's is a little bit different. Some people did get the same one, but it's like randomized. So I got read an author that's new to you. And so I figured this is a book I've actually meant to start multiple times. I think it's a carryover from July, if not also from June. That is the first book in the Zodiac Academy series, The Awakening by Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti. I've not read these yet. I haven't read anything by these authors, and I figured this would be a good time to start it. I'm very scared for this series because it's such a long series and the books get longer and longer as you go along. However, because we're finishing some big series, I figured, what better time? What better time to start? And everyone says that these books are addicting. So I'm very much looking forward to getting addicted. Sounds like a good time. For a short book, that is the prompt to earn my Lord Farquaad stamp. I have two options. I don't know what I'm gonna be in the mood for. This is one, so it's read a book 300 pages or less. I have The Heart in Winter. This is by Kevin Barry. It's sort of a lit fic slash cowboy romance, but like I think more lit fic-y leaning. I just think this book might fit fall slash winter a little bit better, so that's why I do have another option for this prompt, but it's a book that I own, which I'm always tempted to pick up first. So this takes place in October 1891. A hard winter is approaching the Rocky Mountains. The city of Butte, Montana is rich in copper mines and rampant with vice and debauchery, a hard-living crowd of immigrant Irish workers. Here we find Tom Rourke, a young poet, a ballad maker of the town, but also a doper, a drinker, and a fearsome degenerate. Just as he feels his life is heading nowhere fast, Polly Gillespie arrives in town as the new bride of an extremely devout mine captain. A thunderbolt love affair sparks between Tom and Polly, and they strike out west on a stolen horse, moving through the badlands of Montana and Idaho, and briefly an idyll of wild romance perfects itself. With everything to lose and the safety and anonymity of San Francisco still a distant speck on the horizon, the choices they make will haunt them for the rest of their lives. This just gives like Wild Wild West mixed with this crazy love affair, and then hopefully some suspense, some stakes with them being chased down by gunmen, and they're just hoping to disappear into San Francisco. Like, it just sounds wacky and crazy and hopefully fun. I'm hoping that this isn't just like a boring type writing style. I feel like it could go either way. And I've never read or heard of this author before, Kevin Barry. This is one option for that prompt. The other option, this is the one I'm leaning a little bit more towards because I think I'll be like super in the mood for it. It's called Thirst, and hopefully I can say this author's name correctly. If I don't, I'm really sorry. Marina Yuksuk. I tried my best. I'm so sorry. And then the translator for this work is Heather Cleary. This author is a new exciting voice of Latin America's feminist Gothic. Immediately, I was interested. Also, I haven't read, I want to say, any translated works so far in 2025, so this would be a fantastic one. I believe this was translated from Spanish. We follow a story across 2 different time periods. 2 women confront fear, loneliness, mortality, and a haunting yearning that will not let them rest. In the 19th century, a vampire arrives from Europe to the coast of Buenos Aires, and for the second time in her life, watches as villages transform into a cosmopolitan city, one that will soon be ravaged by yellow fever. She must adapt, intermingle with humans, and be discreet. In present-day Buenos Aires, a woman finds herself at an impasse as she grapples with her mother's terminal illness and her own relationship with motherhood. When she first encounters the vampire in a cemetery, something ignites within the 2 women, and they cross a threshold from which there is no turning back. To earn this final stamp, which is the gingerbread stamp, we have to read a book that has 2 M's in the title. The M's stand for Muffin Man, obviously. So I chose The Helm of Midnight. This is by Marina J. Lassiter. Oh my gosh, it sounds so intriguing. I'm sorry that I'm just reading the summaries for these books. I had to dig and search for some of these to fit certain prompts, so I'm like unfamiliar with them. I had to dig through my want to read list on Goodreads, which is a good thing. Like, I put so many books on there, and to have an excuse to like go back and kind of search through is great. This book is about a legendary serial killer that stalks the streets of a fantastical city. It's the first book in a trilogy. In a daring and deadly heist, thieves have made away with an artifact of terrible power, the death mask of Louis Charbon. Made by a master craftsman, it is imbued with the spirit of a monster from history, a serial murderer who terrorized the city with a series of gruesome murders. That was a little bit redundant, okay. Now Charbon is loose once more, killing from beyond the grave. But these murders are different from before, not simply random, but the work of a deliberate mind probing for answers to a sinister question. It is up to Krona Hirvath and her fellow regulators to enter the mind of madness to stop this insatiable killer while facing the terrible truths left in his wake. The last 2 books that I have on my August TBR, I need to play some serious catch up. I just haven't been in a super like spicy mood, but these romances are so good. Chasing Shelter by Catherine Cowles just came out July 22nd. So just a couple days after I'm filming this. I desperately need to get to this. It's the 5th book in the Sparrow Falls series, but this is like an interconnected romance series. It is romantic suspense. I find that she has such a good balance between thriller elements and romantic elements, so it'll be so great. This one has neighbors to lovers, single dad, animal rescue, grumpy sunshine, frenemies to lovers, who hurt you, and then just great found family in the series as well. So Chasing Shelter, and then I also desperately need to catch up on Beautiful Exile as well. This is the 4th book in the Sparrow Falls series. This one has a heroine in hiding, a man obsessed, he falls first, billionaire, hockey team owner, all of the things. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for watching, friends. If we have any overlap in our TBRs, please let me know in the comments down below. Please let me know what book you're most excited for a new release that's coming out in August. I will catch you in the comments, and I will see you in my next one very soon. Toodles!